Hello, my name is Patty, founder of Open Owl, where wisdom meets transformation. I'm on day 9 of 90, so yay, I'm doing it. I'm still here and very excited to um, share this next bit of wisdom with you. I don't know if it's true wisdom or not, but it'll be fun anyway. And I thought that I would make it a ceremony starting for us by lighting this little owl candle that just represents Open Owl so well. I think it's just so beautiful. Thank you to my friend Kaja. And get this to start. There we go. And we're lighting the beautiful little candle. And it's starting out kind of slow. And then look at that. The flame starts to go and it's just so cool. I'm going to make sure that you're standing straight up like that. And then there, so that's our little candle lit. And with that, I'll jump right into our lesson today. So I don't know how you feel about this, but there's so many things in our lives that change and we have to transition. When we go from grade school or even kindergarten and preschool into the bigger school with more kids, and that gets kind of scary and you kind of get lost in the shuffle. Then you go to high school and maybe you go out for sports, or maybe you've been doing that since you're 4 years old, who knows? But every time it's a little bit bigger and the kids are a little bit bigger and it's something new. And then you go to college or you get your first job and you're in your first job going, I don't know any of these people. Not sure how I'm supposed to act. There's just a lot of apprehension there, and every time you kind of settle in and you figure it out and it's fine. But at first, so that transition is really hard. And then maybe becoming a mom, you go from just the two of you or just even just you alone, and suddenly there's somebody else to take care of that is really important. Maybe becoming a mom or a dad, really, and how important it is in those situations. And maybe getting a divorce. I went through that myself and it was a huge transition. I still feel like I haven't really even transitioned it. Well, the divorce is done and everything, but my new life is so different than the other 20 years that I lived. And so, and then, or the death of a loved one, a mother or a grandmother, grandfather, your father, or even the death of a spouse, the person that you've lived with and spent so much time with over the years, that it kind of leaves you feeling like life has changed in a big way and I don't know what to do. This transition's very hard. It feels very difficult. Um, it can I likened it to almost like a shipwreck when all your life is like scattered all over the beach in a moment. Just in one moment, it seems to have changed so much and everything is just tumbling and and it's kind of scary and seems really dangerous at the time. And you're in a place you've never been before. You're lost, basically. So a way of looking at it is that it's a new beginning. It's life flowing. It's life never staying the same. It's, I guess the one I think somebody else has said this before too, but change is the one thing that stays the same in a person's life. It's always changing. Even the weather, that's a really big one. And the year and the flow of life takes you to different places. Places that you've never traveled before, and not literally traveling, but just a new place in your life that you're at. And it's off-putting and it's difficult. But it's also something, a new beginning, maybe a new way of looking at what life is, the transitoriness of life. And I guess really the way to take it or to deal with it is just to take the next step. It's just putting one foot in front of another along the path of life. You really never stop. It's just one step, one more step. And what this means is that you're always becoming what you were meant to be. You're always becoming what you are meant to be. It's what life is. And so embrace the fear and doubt. And I think I've said this before and others, but you really, when you fight against it and you push against it, it doesn't go away. It's when you allow it to settle into your soul and allow the change to happen and be okay with having bad days, feeling like you want to just cry, feeling like you want to throw a rock through your window, just the anger or whatever it is. Don't literally do that, of course, but understand that it's perfectly fine to feel those feelings and just stay with it, yell and throw a pillow instead or something like that, allow that energy to work through you. And just remember, it's totally normal. All of us feel this way. You're not the only one. And I think that's the key thing, is to realize that everyone goes through this. Everyone has these struggles. They might look different in that they are different struggles than other people's, but the same thing remains, and that is transitions are difficult. So just take the next step. I'm just gonna, if you want to do this with me, just close your eyes. Take a big breath in and let it slowly out. As you're breathing in, let your lungs open up and your stomach, the air down into your tummy area. Just feel it. Remember, your breath is always available to you to settle those emotions down, to kind of center you again in this present moment. So remember, the only moment you're ever actually living is right now. The past is gone, the future isn't. You're always just in this one precious moment. Well, I have kind of a treat for you. This is a beautiful poem written by Kahlil Gibran called Fear. It is said that before entering the sea, a river trembles with fear. She looks back at the path she has traveled from the peaks of the mountains, the long, winding road crossing forests and villages. And in front of her, she sees an ocean so vast that to enter there seems nothing more than to disappear forever. But there is no other way. The river cannot go back. Nobody can go back. To go back is impossible in existence. The river needs to take the risk of entering the ocean, because only then fear will disappear. Because that's where the river will know it's not about disappearing into the ocean, but of becoming the ocean. As you just reflect on the river flowing from the top of the mountains as a little creek all the way down into a bigger one and a bigger river and then out to the ocean and becoming the ocean. What does that tell you about life? What does it tell you about where you're going? You can just reflect on that. Well, I just want to thank you for being here today. I am so grateful for you watching these videos, and I hope you're getting something from them. And I just pray and hope that you'll be just fine taking the next step in your next transition. And if you ever want to just chat about it, I am a coach. I went through training, and I'd be happy to just chat with you about the transition you're going through. It's one of the things I care about the most is helping people through transitions, whatever those are. So be sure to, send me an email or a message in whatever platform you're watching this. I'm here to help if you want to talk about it. So big loves to you all, and goodbye for now.